I'll go ahead and show you a little slower here some of the techniques. I like to grab that leg and pull it up right behind the Achilles heel here. Pull down. Now you notice that the toes are creasing. When those toes give way like that, then that's the time to start going around with your knife. And you want to pick up on this heel just like that and pull this one to you, and it comes right off. Got to have that tenon broke. If you don't have the tenon broke, it won't work nearly so well. You'll get lots of toenails in your hand. Tail, taken, it's right at the base. Just go right through it. If you're lucky to hit a joint, otherwise you can kind of push down and crack it. Now the front legs, kind of a knob right there, right behind there is the best place. And again, if you can cut that tenon there, you don't need the legs left that long. You can cut them shorter later, but that's where the joint's at, is right there. And that's why trapping for beaver is so important to use a weight so they drown, because they can take their front leg off so easy that because it's just such a fragile joint right there. But you don't want to go back too far, even though the hole could be taken back a little farther. You don't want to do that. So something my dad used to do is, if you want to get a nice straight line, is to just kind of lay the hair back and then give it a line if you're going to follow up along that way. You do the same thing using this, follow it, just not maybe quite as easy, but gives you an idea. Sometimes that hair will get in there and make it a little bit more difficult. Sometimes I'll actually just go right around both sides like this. If I miss a little bit there, it's take an inch off of there, it's not the end of the world. That way I don't have to mess with another knife. Again, I run my finger up there just to get that fur laid back. And then kind of slow here. Start up. Getting about an inch of clean running room there. Kind of a odd position to be skinning in here so close, but with the head cam, let's see how this turns out. Time for a serious. Those sharpeners are hard on a knife. They do a good job of putting a pretty good edge on. I always hit it with a piece of steel. Go ahead and, he's a big beaver, this guy. We'll see. He's over 70 inches. Trying to go a little slower here to keep the camera still and show you the movements. So it doesn't necessarily take it off the first lick, but I'm pushing really hard with the point, and notice it's got a little bit of a point, and that kind of gets going, and then it'll peel off from there. I think better than the squared bones do. Again, it's got kind of a little scooping feel to it. I like the fact that it can do this area here too. Punch around that leg. So we see a little fat there, and I'll just start up here, and now it's gone. Again, I'm not moving as fast as I would if I was skinning, trying to show you some of the motion here. Now what I did with that knife, it was quite a bit more pointy, and I just laid an arc, but I wanted a little bit of a point there. And it seems like I got about what is needed. Tight hide here, I can't imagine. We'll just demonstrate here. I mean, I don't know how you'd skin that beaver right there. I mean, if I didn't have that hog, I'd be done skinning. I guess I could turn it up, put it on its side, but of course I can't pull at it then. There's no way I can pull. I just don't know how a person does it. The cradle, you can pull them up, but you're still limited in how hard you can pull. I just don't see any way around for myself. I even, when I'm rough skinning and doing them fast, I even take the time to do that, because when I'm rough skinning, I want to be able to pull on them also. So, this beaver's much warmer. It was up on the table and on the cold floor to start with. Take your time and be clean and just really tight. You see that the hide is just very tight right there. I've even hooked another nail on here. We can go ahead and demonstrate that. If I get this one to reach over. Let's see. There we go. Something I haven't been doing, but I remember now that I did before. Now I got a nice, less likely to cut the tail end also. See how it's just beautiful. It's one tough old beaver, that one. Again, I don't mind skinning through this tail a long ways. Everything seems to just pull just right. So, looks like there's a third nail needs to come my way.